As of version 3.11, CampWorks now has the ability to help you with rentals. And we hope you'll look at this as another revenue adding feature, even if you do not rent anything today. We're trying to make it so easy for you that you can easily do that because we give you the management tools. So as you'll see, there's a new icon called Rentals. But first we need to set that up. And by the way, what this feature is for, it could be as simple as games. You might have cornhole or bag toss or horseshoes or something like that, things that you want to keep track of who has, or maybe you want to rent those out and get money for. Could be fire pits, but it's also very useful for managing cable boxes. I know many campgrounds have cable or internet boxes that they give out to guests. They want to get a deposit for. They want to track that. They want to know who has which box and that they got their deposit, and then whether to return the deposit. So the rentals module will help you with all of those things. So let's click on, actually let's go in and do the setup first. So I'll show you the setup, rentals. Okay, so in the rental setup, this is where you're going to add the items that you want to set up. So the first is the type, and I've just set up a few different ones. I've got boats and cable boxes. I'm not going to go through and do a new one because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You just give it a name, a description, the whether it's currently active or you want to take it out of service, just so it displays that status. Then you have options for no charge, get a deposit only, charge hourly, charge half day or daily. And then put in the rates that you want for deposit or the different charges, and then whether it's taxable or not, and then just keep track of the item on here, that anything about it. So that's pretty simple how it's used. See, like cable boxes, you can put in the model number or the serial number of the box so that you can keep track of which box is where, or you could label them. But those are just some examples. Some have barcodes on it, so you could even scan that code right into this box, would be another option. But just some different pieces of information for the setup. So setup's pretty straightforward. Now let's go into the actual rentals module. So there, first of all, you'll notice there are 3 tabs and a box up top. So if I want to look at the boats, I click on the boats tab. If I want to click on cable boxes, I've got that. This is showing me, and this is all basically a first come first serve basis. So I have 1 cable box available right now. I have a number of them already checked out. So if I want to rent this cable box, I click on it, and so this one requires a deposit. I look up who I want to charge it to, and I can either do find a new guest and charge it to an account. Like somebody that is not staying there, you wouldn't probably do that with a cable box, but if it were something that you wanted a day use pass or something like that that you just wanted to track and you know, or a game rented to somebody that's not currently staying with you, that'd be an example. But we can look up a current guest or an existing reservation. So let's just pull open a existing reservation, Johnson, search, and I'll pick this one, and I'm going to charge that deposit to the reservation. And so now we've got that set up, so let's hit checkout. Okay, and now it will open this reservation and show that we have the rental charge, now the cable box, and a deposit of $20 has been charged to this reservation. So now the next step is you collect the payment for that. So click on new, and let's get a payment from them so that we've got, say they gave us a $20 bill. Okay, now their balance goes back to 0. So I show that I've had the charge, the cable box is, you know, you've got your deposit on here, and that you've received the payment. So if I exit out, I'm back to this. Now I have no cable boxes available. Okay, now let's say we want to check this cable box back in. I'll just do the one that we just did. We'll pull it open, and now we can put in check in. And now you can see the rental return cable box. So we had the charge to begin with. Now we've got the rental return, and we're giving that $20 credit back. So now they have a credit balance. So now we just need to go back here, and we can do a refund to give them their $20 back. So refund, let's do cash, 20, okay. And now their balance is back to 0, and we've returned the box and everything is checked in. If the guest, or if you go to check out a guest that has something rented out, CampWorks on the checkout process will warn you that, hey, this guest has a rental item checked out. And so that's just another convenient feature that will explain or show you that that it is checked out. And then this is really just for logging purposes, so you can see at what time and date things were returned. Let's look at another scenario. In this case, let's say you want to rent a boat to someone that is currently not a guest, not in your system. So let's just say we're going to do this 4-person fishing boat, and so we want to rent it out hourly for 2 hours, and there's no account, so we're going to create a new one. So we need a name. John, oops. That's just something I know is not in the system. Freddie Mac, and you can fill out all the rest of this. I'll skip all of that so that I don't remember if any of this is required. I'm just going to put some stuff in here so that we can do it. Create new customer. Okay, and now we want to check this out. So we hit checkout. It says it's checked out, and now it's open Freddie Mac's account, and you can see we have an accounts tab for this person. So we can now, we've created basically a guest profile for him. You can charge, then the rental has already been charged at $15 an hour, I believe it was. And so here's the total. Now a payment is done down here. So let's say he gives you cash. We can do a new payment. Cash 30. Okay. And he is good. You can print a receipt if you want, or you can do credit card payments, etc. But that just shows the other way that you can use the rentals module for non-CampWorks reservations, not charge accounts, just somebody new that is coming to use one of your rentals. So hopefully that covers it for you guys on a quick tour of the new rentals module, and that you can find this as a new source of income, whether you do rentals today and you can use this to help facilitate those, or if you don't currently do any rentals and maybe you want to start offering some games and different things like that, or fire pits or whatever, hopefully you can start generating more revenue with this new feature.